You know, in the world of AI, things move so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. But for the last few years, one single, powerful idea has been the engine behind almost everything, the absolute backbone of what we think of as AI.
So, what happens when that revolutionary idea starts to show its cracks? When its greatest strength is actually its biggest weakness? Well, today we're taking a look at the reigning king of AI and the brand new challenger that's coming for the throne.
All right, first things first, let's give some credit to the champ. I'm talking, of course, about the transformer architecture.
Way back in 2017, a research paper dropped with the incredible title, "Attention is All You Need." And it wasn't just a new model, it was a total game changer. The transformer architecture it laid out became the foundation for pretty much all of modern AI. I mean, think about it. All the big names you hear about every day, GPT-4, Gemini, Claude, even the models that started it all, like BERT. Yep, they're all built on the transformer. This one idea really does define the era of AI we're living in.
And it didn't just stop with text. The core concept was so powerful that it got adapted for computer vision in what's called the Vision Transformer, or VIT. It's pretty clever. It just chops up an image into little patches and treats them like words in a sentence. It just goes to show you how flexible this architecture is.
But, you know, every superhero has their kryptonite. And for the transformer, its greatest strength, this thing called the attention mechanism, is also the source of a massive, massive scaling problem.
So what's the deal? How can something so powerful have such a fundamental flaw? Well, it all comes down to how it pays attention.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty for a second. The transformer's self-attention means that to understand any one piece of data, it has to compare it to every other piece of data in the sequence. And that creates what's called a quadratic scaling issue. You see that O of n squared there? That's the villain of our story.
So what does that actually mean? It means as the amount of text you feed it gets longer, the computing cost doesn't just grow, it explodes. If you double the length of your text, you don't double the cost, you quadruple it.
Let me put this in perspective. Processing about 1,000 tokens takes a megabyte of memory. Okay, not bad. But jump up to 16,000 tokens, all of a sudden you need over 250 megabytes. That's just not going to work for really, really long stuff. It's completely unsustainable. So, to get around this, developers have to chop up long documents or audio files into smaller, bite-sized chunks. But this creates a new problem: context fragmentation. The model completely loses the thread between those chunks. It can't see the connection between Chapter 1 and Chapter 10 of a book, for example. And this is the exact problem that a brand new architecture was built to solve. Everyone, meet Mamba.
Mamba comes from some brilliant folks at Carnegie Mellon and Princeton, and they had one goal in mind: break out of the transformer's quadratic prison so AI can handle incredibly long sequences of information efficiently.
See, Mamba isn't just a better transformer. It's built on a totally different foundation called a state space model, or SSM. You can think of it as a clever mashup, taking the best parts of older models to create something new that's designed from the ground up to handle long sequences, with basically an unlimited memory.
But here's the real magic trick. Mamba adds a secret sauce to this foundation, and it's right there in the name. It's all about being selective.
This is Mamba's superpower, right here. Instead of brute forcing its way through and looking at absolutely everything, Mamba learns to be picky. It selectively focuses on what's important and just filters out the noise. This is a fundamental shift from brute force attention to intelligent selection.
Let's break that down with an analogy. A transformer is like a massive committee meeting, where for every decision, every single person has to talk to every single other person. It's thorough, but man is it slow and expensive. Mamba, on the other hand, is like a relay race. You compress the important info into a baton, that's the state, and you only pass on what's essential to the next runner. Much faster, much more efficient.
So how does it do it? It's a three-step dance, really. First, it compresses all the past information into a tidy little state. Then, as new data comes in, it selectively updates that state, deciding what to keep and what to forget. And finally, it makes its predictions using only that super efficient state, without ever having to look back at the entire history again.
And listen, this isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. The whole system is built with the hardware in mind, which means it runs incredibly fast on the same GPUs that are the workhorses of AI today. It's built for the real world.
So what's the big deal? What does all this mean? What new doors open up once you smash through that quadratic bottleneck?
Well, it unlocks frontiers that were basically science fiction before. We're talking about AI that can analyze an entire human genome at once, not just little pieces, or process hours of high-res video to understand a complex event. Or even, get this, read an entire novel in one go and actually grasp its themes and character arcs. These are all things where long-range context is everything.
And the speed gains, they are just ridiculous. In some cases, we're talking about a potential speedup of 1,800 times faster than a standard transformer. And the reason is simple. Mamba doesn't have to start from scratch and reread the whole book every time it reads a new word. It just updates its memory.
So, it leaves us with this really big, fascinating question. If the transformer architecture, with its limited window, was what gave AI its powerful but flawed short-term memory, has Mamba, with its efficient and selective approach, finally unlocked AI's long-term memory? The race is on, and because of this, the future of AI might look very, very different.